This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I'm joined once again by the wonderful Emily Faulconer, who is joining us all the way from Santiago in Chile. Emily is the winemaker at Carmen down there. How are you today, Emily?
Very well, Jamie. Nice to be here with you.
Excellent, excellent. We are just about to have a little taste of the 2020 Gran Reserva Cabernet Sauvignon, which is available in our market right now for a very modest $19.95. Tell us a little bit about this wine. I know that Cabernet Sauvignon is a passion of yours right now. So tell us a little bit about this one. You've actually won some quite good awards for this. Yeah.
For this wine?
Yeah.
Yes, we have quite nice recognitions. I think, well, the heart of Carmen is in Maipo, which is the wine region where Cabernet Sauvignon, the best cabs from Chile come from. We're in Alto Jahuel specifically, and we have very good sourcing of grapes. So if we don't get awards, it's because we're not doing the job correctly.
Okay. So this wine here, very accessible at that price point, but it's an accomplished wine. Tell me a little bit about how you source the grapes for this wine, and then how you make the wine.
Yes, so we have this vineyard that is at the foot of the Andes. As I said, it's called Alto Jahuel, the locality in Alto Maipo. It's a vineyard that is around 500 meters above sea level, and over alluvial terraces, and we have part of the vineyard that is on the slopes. So we have perfect conditions, very good conditions for cab. This is why I think Cab and Maipo have been historically the best match that we've had in Chile, and that has consistently been good in terms of quality. So the key factor here is that we managed to get a good ripeness with some freshness without the wine becoming too heavy, maintaining what I find the most attractive character of Cabernet Sauvignon, when it's elegant and it's still on the red fruit side, and it has some of the herbal character of it, but that you still maintain like the fresh, a good balance in terms of alcohol and acidity, and with smooth tannin. Because I think Cab, when it's not in the correct place, it's a tannin that goes rough, and that loses all the essence of the great cabs that are the smooth and elegant tannin, which is a key thing.
You have some lovely ripe fruit on here. I remember years and years ago, showing my age here, when quite often Chilean Cabernet had a kind of minty aspect to it. What do you put that down to? Yes,
well, I respect some growers that I think fresh mint is part of a Maipo. It depends a little bit where you're located and the conditions of the vineyard.
Yes.
But I respect it very much, and I hint of mint I accept and I like. Sometimes personally I don't adore when it's predominant in the profile, but it is part of Maipo. Here I think we have a touch, especially in 2020, that was a warm vintage, and I think the minty character is more associated to warmer harvests.
Oh, with warmer harvests?
Yeah.
Now, what do you put that down to, though? I always thought it would be.
I think it's well, our theory, we've talked a lot about it in the team. I think it comes up it's because it's more like a menthol, character. I think it's related to the stress of the vine.
Oh, right. Okay. By menthol, you mean like a eucalyptus type thing?
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. I've seen it more on warmer vintages compared to cooler vintages.
Right. So. I don't see too much of it in this wine at all.
No, I think it has a hint of mint.
Right.
It's still a bit different. Yeah. But yes, and 2020 was a warm vintage. So you mentioned ripe fruit, and it makes sense. It makes sense to me.
What kind of vinification does this wine go through, Emily?
It's a very simple vinification. We ferment and we we're very respectful with the extraction. We use sort of a little bit lower temperatures, and we pump over very gently and not very much, and we have macerations that go between 18 and 22 days to be able to have the elegant side of it, and and to extract the right tannin and avoid like the roughness in the palate. That is mainly in vinification, and then the aging is we use oak vessels, old oak barrels, and a little bit of stainless steel.
Would it be fair to say there was a little bit of a floral element on this particular?
Yes, well, it's good that you mentioned that. My opinion is that the most attractive side of Cabernet Sauvignon from Alto Jahuel is when we achieve like the red fruit and the floral character. For me, that's when you avoid like the sweetness, and I'm not talking about sugar. Chile is a country with a lot of sun, and Alto Jahuel has a lot of sun. And I think when we get that fruit profile in the nose and the floral aspect, we get in the palate the freshness and the juiciness. That is a step before like the sweeter palate. And for me,
I'm always drawn towards red wines with that floral aspect. And I didn't, when I first opened this, I wasn't picking up on it, but now it's opened up a little. I can pick up on that in the nose. It's really quite delightful.
Yeah.
And tannin wise, the tannins I'm enjoying the tannins on this. They're definitely there for sure, but then that's Cabernet Sauvignon for you. But they're not too aggressive.
Yes, and I think that is the site, especially, well, we have two realities in Alto Jahuel. We have the alluvial terrace, which is a very gentle, smooth, elegant tannin, and the hillside, which gives a lot of mid-palate and structure to the wine, has a tannin that is a little bit more reactive. So we blend that together. So the Gran Reserva Cabernet Sauvignon is like the general conception of what Alto Jahuel Cab is. So we don't only have alluvial terrace or only colluvial. We have a blend, and what we are looking for is the complexity that you find in the palate. So you do have a little bit of the reactive tannin. That complements very well with this smooth and elegant side that is the alluvial terrace.
But the tannins are very ripe for sure.
Yeah, well, 2020 being this warm vintage, we harvested very early. It's a little bit like the vintage that we're living today. I think 2020 was actually warmer though than what we're having 23. So you'll have to wait for another 3 years to taste that wine.
Now, if you were having this tonight for dinner, what would you be serving it with?
Maybe an asado. You know what an asado is? A barbecue. A barbecue. Asado de tira, like the ribs.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I can see that.
That on the barbecue, and with the roast vegetables that I have here in my garden. I have a very small kitchen garden that I'm full of eggplant. How do you say aubergine? No, aubergine.
In North America, they say eggplant, but I say aubergine.
Eggplant?
Yes.
Yeah.
I say aubergine, but it's
grilled aubergine with that smooth texture that it has, and I have some beautiful tomatoes, and with the, maybe I should get my husband to get some of those ribs out and we can actually do it today as we open the bottle.
Speaking of your garden and the like, how is the harvest going right now? You're just about finished.
We are nearly finished. It's been a very concentrated harvest where we had the Pinot Noir, white wine, Cabernet Sauvignon, everything came in together. So you can imagine it was a crazy March, but it's been fun. It's been good. I think we managed to get everything in at the right time, but it was 3 weeks earlier than normal.
Oh,
3 weeks earlier than last year, for example.
What is still on the vine right now?
I have very few Carmeneros left, and that's it.
Okay.
So we're gonna have Easter free. So that's
for the first time in a while, yeah.
First time in a while, and so I think global warming is doing us a favor as winemakers that we're not going to have to be working during Easter. I'm hoping Emily, Easter Bunny's ready.
Emily, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. A real pleasure to taste with you. Take care and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.